happened to be discovered by a passing reporter who immediately put the story in the newspaper. The governor announced an investigation into the nuclear power plant. Soon, a government inspection team arrived at the plant. As soon as they got out of their cars and turned on their Geiger counters, they found that the nuclear radiation levels were excessive. The cracks in the cooling tower had been sealed with chewing gum. Plutonium rods were being used as paperweights. Homer at the monitoring station was sleeping so soundly he was snoring. The inspectors, with years of experience in the field, had never seen such an outrageously mismanaged nuclear plant. Burns brought the inspector to his office. He deliberately placed money on the desk, intending to bribe the inspector. But unexpectedly, not only did the inspector refuse Burns's bribe, he even reported 342 violations at the nuclear plant.
Either bring this place up to code, or we'll shut it down. Good day.
What was even more surprising was that fixing all these problems would cost a total of $56 million. Burns took out a bottle of liquor and drank alone until late into the night, but he still couldn't figure out how to solve these problems. Burns walked through the empty nuclear power plant. After he threw away the empty bottle, he startled Homer awake. Homer had actually been sleeping this whole time. He quickly called Marge to explain and then planned to drive home. However, he heard Burns singing alone in his car. Burns was startled by Homer's sudden appearance. Then he invited Homer into the car to share something with him. Burns told Homer what had happened that day. Homer suggested that Burns could run for governor. If he won the election, he could decide for himself what was safe.
Where are we going, sir?
To create a new and better world.
If it's on the way, could you drop me off at my house?
To better defeat Governor Bailey, Burns hired a professional team to support his campaign. Their task was to change Burns's image in the public eye. Burns even hired a professional gossip team whose job was to turn Bailey, who had stable approval ratings, into a laughingstock. But first, Burns had to solve a tricky problem.
I hate that fish.
Burns went on television holding the fish. He didn't think the three-eyed fish was a strange species. To prove his point, he even brought in an actor dressed as Darwin. Darwin stated that this kind of change was a sign of progress. Burns even called the three-eyed fish a superfish. After their persuasive arguments, Burns's approval rating rose by 6 points. When the current governor was interviewed, she said she wasn't worried at all. She believed the voters were wise and had the ability to make the right judgment. During this period, Burns kept doing good deeds for the people. Surveys showed his approval rating was soaring, but he had too little contact with ordinary citizens, so before tonight's election, Burns had to choose an employee from the plant to have dinner at his home. Burns walked up to the monitor to look for a target. He immediately spotted Homer.
Well, I knew there would be sacrifices.
Homer told Marge that Burns wanted to come to their house for dinner, but Marge didn't agree. She would only open her door to Bailey. Homer asked the kids to leave for a moment. He didn't want them to see what was about to happen.
Please, 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 please.
Marge eventually agreed. At this point, the staff had already arrived at the Simpson home in advance. They assigned appropriate lines to everyone. The staff even threatened them that if they didn't follow the script, their family would never be able to live in Springfield again. Homer was frightened and quickly agreed. Before dinner began, makeup artists gave everyone a makeover. They didn't even spare the family cat and dog. The stylist even styled Homer's 2 hairs. The latest poll showed that both sides were actually tied. Now it all depended on whether Burns could turn the situation around.
Whoa, he's here!